Hi, this is Cobb, and for today's video, I thought I could talk about my digital analog planner ratio. Not like planning per se, just like maybe planner ratio. This is just, I didn't have anything to show you, so I'm just showing you my notes for this video. Before, like years ago, I used iCal heavily, and I didn't have like a separate planner. When I was working, if I needed to take notes, I would just use like a random notebook, and any appointments, everything that went into iCal. And so now, and then when I went into grad school, I discovered bullet journaling and then traveler's notebooks, so I discovered planners. But I think I have a teeny tiny bit left over from that period. And so if I had to give you a number, I think my digital aspect would be 10% and analog would be 90%, but I'm just throwing out numbers here. It's not like accurate or anything, but digital aspects to my planner setup would be one, I create alarms for specific appointments or specific times that I need to abide by. So like if I need to call someone at a specific time, I know you can create events on iCal and then set up alarms for that, but I think that's a bit cumbersome personally, because you have to go into that day, click, and then set up all the different settings. And I already have a lot of alarms on my clock app, like during the morning, like practically every 10 minutes, early morning, and during the day as well, and evening. I already have a lot of alarms set up, and so I just need to turn it on. And so I think that's easier, it has less of a barrier. So whenever I need to remember a specific time, I use my alarm app, clock app, for that, for appointments. So I record the appointments in my planner, but when I need to remember a specific time, I use my alarm app, clock app, for that. So that's one. Number two, because I was heavily using iCal years ago, I have all of the anniversaries, birthdays, everything in it, and it's reoccurring annually. So I do have all of that information in here, but I get an alarm on my phone, a notification, sorry, on my phone that tells me the birthdays and everything. So that's useful, and I can see the Korean holidays, and I don't have to look it up on the internet. So that's very useful, I think. The reoccurring events and Korean holidays on iCal. So that's my second, digital aspect of my planner. And third, I use, this is why I crossed out planning and used planner, but third aspect is that I use screenshots to collect information, to capture information, and then I migrate that to my planner. So if I'm scrolling on Instagram usually and other apps on the internet and stuff, if I see information that I want to capture, I sometimes do use the saving to collections function on Instagram, but if I don't want to use that, I just want to migrate that into my planner. Or if I see a good a quote that I like and I want to migrate that into my Hobonichi Cousin, I take a screenshot, and then after I migrate that information, sorry, I didn't it's early today, I didn't have breakfast yet, and my stomach's grumbling, but if I have information that I want to migrate, I take a screenshot, and then after I migrate that information to my planner or Hobonichi Cousin, then I delete the photo, because I don't want a lot of photos. I have way too many anyway, so then I delete the photo, but that's my way of capturing information, because, you know, if I'm too lazy to get my planner, like at the moment, like if I'm maybe outside and I'm scrolling and I don't have my planner with me, like, you know, maybe at the supermarket, then I would just, you know, take a screenshot and then come back home and then migrate the information. So that's my third aspect, digital aspect of my planner. And then my analog aspect, that's 90%. That's practically everything of my of my planner planning. Sorry. First, I do all future planning, important dates, appointments. That all goes into my monthly calendar. I don't put in any future appointments or anything into my iCal. That iCal, it only has the annually reoccurring events that I've already put in like years ago. So any new appointments that come up, like I don't put that into iCal. I put it into an analog calendar, monthly calendar. So I put that into my calendar, into my, you know, paper planner. Second, weekly and daily task planning. Again, I don't use the notes app or anything for tasks or notes. I do everything in my planner, my daily task planning, and any notes, note taking that I want to do. I do it in my planner. So that's my second analog aspect. Third, brainstorming, like this, like brainstorming for content, for ideas, for brainstorming for studies, for my studies. I do that in my study planner, but everything else, I do all my brainstorming in my planner. Fourth, I mentioned content planning. I do all of my content planning in my EDC, because like when I'm out and about, I'm not really going to take any notes for my studies, and then I'm not going to journal when I'm, you know, waiting at a cafe or things like that. So those two, I don't need them like with me all the time. But everything else, when I have this like spare time, I would like to maybe, you know, write down an idea for content, for like a video, or I would like to brainstorm future, you know, things. So yeah, everything else I do want to have with me always. So that's why I have all of these in my planner. But yeah, wait, that's a very short video again, but that's my digital analog planner ratio, 10 to 20, we're about 10% and 90%. And so nothing new is added to my digital aspect, only like I turn on and turn off the alarms for specific like timed appointments, but and then take screenshots. But other than that, I rely heavily on an analog system. So yeah, that's my video for this week. I hope it was interesting, and I'll be back next week. You might be able to see here daily routine, but I'll talk about my monthly, weekly, and daily routine in my planner, EDC planner. So yes, thank you so much for watching.